18th, in the middle of rising tensions in the Middle East, the Houthi forces made a shocking claim. They said they had taken out the 13 billion USS Harry S. Truman, CVN-75, using missiles and drones.
وذلك ب8 جنحا وطائرة مسيرة في عملية مشتركة نفذتها القوة كسلاح جوي مسير.
This is a historic event, the first time a U.S. aircraft too. It could change the balance of power in the region. Right after the USS Truman did dock in Greece for repairs because of damage to its hull, and clear to sea, but the U.S. military hasn't officially said what caused it. So was it really the result of a Houthi attack? Let's find out with Navy's secret. It didn't come as a source. In a statement broadcast across the world, Houthi named a bold move. Their forces had attacked the American aircraft Truman not once, but 3 times. Their goal? Inflict the most powerful symbols of U.S. military strength at sea. At the center of the attack was the Quds 4 missile, a long range for 2,000 kilometers. It's powered by ships with deadly accuracy. The Quds 4 wasn't built to guard and destroy. But missiles were only rising from Yemen. Some Mod 3 drones were also launched into the sky. These unmanned aircraft are small, quiet, and deadly, built for one purpose: to fly toward a target, crash into it. With a long flight range and the ability to stay in the air are hard to intercept, especially when used in large numbers. Underestimated. In modern sea combat, a swarm of low-cost advanced defenses. This was asymmetric warfare, simple and scalable weapons to challenge a global superpower. The Houthis have often fought like a confident and well-armed group, believing they could win almost any fight, until now. Question: did the Houthis actually damage the USS Harry S. Truman when they're up against the United States strength and technology? News outlets across the declaration. Multiple sources began flooding the media space. Had the U.S. military truly suffered a defeat at the hands of... In reality, things are far from what the Houthis claimed, or more to achieve. They would do well to tread carefully with their words because it's clear they've overestimated a force like the United States. In a swift and highly professional manner, the United States deployed categorically verified evidence that the supercarrier USS Harry S. Truman had been struck. Boasts made headlines. Satellite imagery released by ESA and Newsweek on April 10th told a different story. USS Harry S. positioned near Yemen, an unshakable guardian of maritime security in the Red Sea. One day, U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, issued a statement on X saying, the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson, 2 strike fighters, is currently operating in tandem with USS area of responsibility. The Truman is fully operational and very much on mission. It's reported that sailors aboard the Truman were calmly observing Passover with a traditional seder, right on the deck of the ship the Houthis claimed to have disabled. Especially notable, General Alex Grinkowicz, director of operations for the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, confirmed that Houthi missile Truman had missed by over 100 miles.
It's hard to tell because while we're executing precision strikes, they missed by over 100. Their effectiveness, I would question anything that they claim in the press that they're doing or not doing. It's very hard to tell what they are just based on their level of incompetence that they've demonstrated.
Distance says it all. A gap not just in range, but in capability. One side launches stealth jets from a billion-dollar warship. The other fires. The difference couldn't be clearer, and neither could the truth. The Houthis didn't hit a thing. For days, the headlines told a dramatic story. The Houthis claimed they had pulled off the unthinkable. Full warships. But there's one problem. Yes, the USS Harry S. Truman was damaged. But not by missiles, not by drones, not even by enemy fire. Dramatic, and far more telling. On the night before midnight, the USS Harry S. Truman was moving through the waters near Port Said, Egypt, at the entrance to the Mediterranean. The warship accidentally collided with a merchant vessel, the Turkish flag. At exactly 11:46 p.m., it was a navigational mishap, not an attack. The U.S. Navy later confirmed this. Commander Timothy Gorman, spokesperson for the U.S. 6th Fleet, said clearly, there was no danger to the ship. Truman was never in serious trouble. The damage was of systems. Engines, weapons, and aircraft were untouched. Photos taken on February 18th revealed the real, no blast holes, no sign of a direct strike, and it didn't end. Images of the Besiktas M docked in port showed it had taken a hit too. The cargo ship suffered damage on its port side. Accident, not a battlefield engagement. In mid-February, the USS Harry S. Truman docked in Greece. Navy reports confirmed light damage to the outer hull and a few storage rooms, with no effect on weapons. No one was hurt. No systems failed. And finished by February 24th. Photos showed no signs of explosions or combat. It was a shipping mishap. But the Houthis twisted the story. They claimed it was their strike. They spread it as a military win, but effect-wise, it was never a battle. So why does this matter? Because power. The Houthis didn't hit the U.S., but they tried to score in the media war by turning confusion into false and check the facts. Now the truth is clear. Full sails, armed, ready, and unbroken. The headline was fiction. The reality is strength. Ship, she's a message to the world. The USS Harry S. Truman, built with advanced technology and tough armor, this supercarrier is more than a warship, promised to allies. In the dangerous waters of the Red Sea, the USS Harry S. Truman stands ready. She's worth billions and acts like a giant shield for... This ship doesn't just show up. It controls the sea around her. Around ships use the powerful Aegis combat system to shoot down incoming threats. Above her, aircraft scan the skies for danger. Electronic warfare systems jam enemy signals and confuse incoming missiles or drones. Every attack, whether it's a missile or a UAV, has to go through several layers of protection, tracked, and finally destroyed, fast and clean. That's called a kill chain. And it's one of the hardest defenses in the world. This system connects the ship's air cover, surface protection, and cyber defenses. Breaking through it, nearly impossible. Some ships are old and outdated. Not. She's been in real battles. She's been upgraded many times, and today, she's stronger than ever. Powered by nuclear reactors, she can sail for years without refueling. That gives her the ability to stay at sea, the mission requires. But her biggest strength? The planes she carries? The Truman holds a deadly group of aircraft. The FA-18 and hard. The EA-18G Growlers use electronic attacks to shut down enemy systems. These planes can hit deep targets, defend the fleet, and send a clear message. The U.S. controls what 21st century power looks like. It's fast, silent. In March 2025, Rough Rider, a powerful military campaign meant to strike directly at the heart of the Houthis' threat. After weak missile strikes in the Red Sea, it was time for a strong and clear answer. The U.S. didn't just defend, it went. At the center of this response was a bold move. The Navy deployed 2 aircraft carriers at the same time, the USS Carl Vinson. These 2 floating air bases formed a rare dual-carrier strike force. It was the first time in many years in the region. This wasn't just for show. It gave the Navy full control of the skies. Fighters flew around the clock, movement non-stop, and strike groups could hit targets at any time, from any direction. But the real in the aircraft, it was in how the U.S. chose its targets. Or drones, the military went after the systems that allowed those weapons to exist. That meant hitting fuel depots, transfer stations. These were not random targets. Movement and power for Houthi forces. Without fuel, drones don't fly. Without oil, weapons don't get by routes. The entire operation starts to fall apart. Satellite images showed oil tanks on fire at the Ras Isa port. One of Houthi's most important end of trucks were destroyed along desert roads. Intelligence report and missile bunkers were also wiped out. This was, if you threaten the sea lanes, we will take away your ability to fight. The effects of Operation Rough Rider were no longer just numbers. They were reality. Command reported that over 1,000 targets linked to the Houthis had been destroyed. That included command posts, mobile missile units, and depots. Many senior field commanders were killed. Even drone engineers and missile tech experts were among the losses. A major collapse in the Houthis' ability to keep attacking. 69%. Suicide drone strikes fell by 55%. That's not a guess. That's from real-time came with risk. 3 FA-18 Harry S. Truman were lost. 1 in a misfire incident while dodging enemy fire. At least 1 airstrike caused, raising concerns and international criticism. Still, the mission continued. Air Force and B-2 stealth bombers flying from Diego Garcia. Even drone factories near the capital Sana'a were hit. A breakthrough happened. Oman helped broker a ceasefire between the U.S. and Houthis forces. This agreed to stop attacking American ships, though they still target Israeli-linked assets. That depends. But one thing is clear. Operation Rough Rider proved that when the U.S. Navy strikes, it's that the freedom to sail, trade, and operate in global waters will always be defended, no matter how the target may be. While the world debated, USS Harry S. Truman told its own story. In mid-April, sailors gathered on the flight deck to observe passengers right in the heart of the Red Sea. No signs of fear, crew standing strong, sharing tradition under open skies. The Houthi said was crippled, but they couldn't even stop a dinner. The U.S. to carry aircraft. It was built to survive the deadliest threats no matter what came her way. From the moment she was wired with one mission in mind: protect the fleet, lead the strike, and never go down. Her core defense system, the USS, gives her the brain of a predator, constantly scanning for incoming threats, calculating risks in real time, and manage. It's not just a radar or a missile. It's a full automated network of eyes and reflexes, capable of identifying. So when the Houthis claimed they had disabled the U.S., immediately raised one question. Where was the proof? Because what really happened didn't. The damage seen in satellite images came from a minor collision with M in the Mediterranean back in February. The U.S. and Greece completed repairs in a matter of days and was fully mission ready again by February 24th. She was back in the Red Sea, ready for anything. When missiles failed to bring her down, the Houthis turned to something cheaper and more. They knew that if they couldn't defeat the U.S., they could try to win by spreading fear, confusion, and doubt. And for a brief moment, they claimed to have hit the carrier, to have forced the U.S. to have landed a blow that would shift the balance in the Red Sea. But reality said otherwise.
Sea, which is now under constant threat by Iranian-backed missiles launched by Iranian-backed militants.
The USS Harry S. Her radar systems never went dark. Her flight deck never shut down. Operations slow, systems fail, and missions are canceled. But on the USS Harry S. Truman, everything kept louder than any Houthis broadcast. But just protect herself. She protected the entire shipping lane through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Of dollars and goods moved through each day. Had in trade, sparked a crisis, and claimed a historic win. But they didn't. Instead, the USS Harry that America's sea power isn't just about weapons or steel, but about resilience, presence, and truth. And this time, the truth. After months of high-pressure operations, the carrier is being repositioned, not retired, for what comes next. The ceasefire with the Houthis may sound like peace. Peace is often just the pause before the next strike. The threat hasn't disappeared. It's watching. That's why USS Harry S. Truman's withdrawal is more than a retreat. A signal that the Navy is preparing for the next flashpoint, wherever it may be. On board are over 5,000 sailors and more than 70 aircraft. This isn't just a ship, it's a message with a flight deck. Some ask if USS Harry S. Truman is. The real question is, when it returns, who pays the. Because if USS Harry S. Truman sails back into hostile waters, she won't come quietly. It'll come armed. And it'll remind the world, America never truly. And that's what Navy Secrets wanted to share with you today, bringing you the most honest and in-depth analysis from top military strategists and political experts. If you enjoyed this video, don't. Your support is what drives us to keep creating more high quality. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for our next video. See you soon.